Welcome to this episode. Today, we're diving into a topic that often gets overlooked in cannabinoid research, scaffold design.
Yeah, it's interesting because when most people hear cannabinoid research, their minds jump straight to receptors, CB1, CB2, psychoactivity, inflammation pathways, all that.
Exactly. But what if I told you that before even asking which receptor a compound targets, the more fundamental question is, what is the scaffold?
Right, and that's not just a trivial detail. The scaffold is like the molecular architecture, the blueprint that shapes how the whole molecule behaves.
It's the foundation that influences everything from molecular geometry to selectivity, and even which biological pathways become relevant for investigation.
So in a way, changing the scaffold isn't just tweaking a molecule. It's changing the entire research trajectory.
Exactly, and that's why Neurophorol caught our attention at Biotech International Institute. It's not just another cannabinoid-inspired compound. It represents a structural innovation at the scaffold level.
I find that fascinating because it shifts the conversation from which receptor does it hit to what kind of molecular architecture are we starting with. That's a big conceptual leap.
Yeah, and that architectural intent opens up possibilities for interactions that classical cannabinoid scaffolds might not even allow.
So medicinal chemistry here isn't just about synthesis or making molecules. It's about defining the biological framework itself.
Right. It transforms the platform from being just another compound into a design-driven scientific question.
And that's crucial because early-stage biotech often gets reduced to quick headlines about function. What does it do? Before really understanding what it's built around.
But if the scaffold is fundamentally different, then the whole research path changes. You're asking different questions, exploring different mechanisms.
That's a really important point. It's like if you change the foundation of a building, you don't just repaint the walls. You rethink the entire structure.
Exactly. And with Neurophorol, that's the kind of foundational rethink we're talking about.
So, Liam, what do you think are the broader implications of this scaffold-centric approach for medicinal chemistry and early-stage research?
Well, it encourages a more disciplined, mechanism-first mindset. Instead of rushing to functional claims, you prioritize understanding and validating the scaffold's architecture.
That makes sense. It's about asking the right questions first, not just the flashy ones.
Scaffold design shapes not only what the molecule does, but what it can do. It influences formulation challenges, selectivity, and even which biological pathways become worth pursuing.
And that integration of chemistry and biology from the ground up, that's where innovation really happens.
Absolutely. Medicinal chemistry becomes less about just making molecules and more about architecting biological frameworks.
Which, in turn, can lead to more targeted and ultimately successful therapeutic strategies.
Exactly. So, to sum up, scaffold design is a critical, often underappreciated dimension in cannabinoid research and drug discovery.
Neurophorol is a great example of how rethinking the scaffold can open new research avenues.
And it reminds us that good early-stage science prioritizes disciplined questions and mechanism validation over premature functional claims.
Yeah, architectural intent really matters. It shapes the entire research landscape from the very beginning.
Well said. Thanks for exploring this with me today.
Thanks. It's been a great conversation.